Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be going over all 52 guns coming to Battlefield 6, either at launch or shortly after. It sounds like we're going to be getting around 44 at launch, and then the rest of them will be coming shortly after launch, but I'm not entirely sure on that. One thing to keep in mind about the stats is that they're most likely going to be changing at some point, especially since this data is pulled from Battlefield Labs. That's where they test everything, and they do all the balance changes and stuff before the game comes out. So anyways, let's just jump into it. We're going to start with the assault rifles. So first off, we've got the NVO-228E, or the ACE-32. Then we have the B-36A4 or the G36. Next is the AK-4D or the G3A4. Then we have the L85A3. Then the TR7 or the Tabor 7. Then the M433 or the HK433. Then the SOR556 Mark II or the SCAR-L as most people know it. Then the Cord 6P67. Then finally we have the Type 20, and this and one other weapon I unfortunately do not have the stats for. Next up we have the Carbine category. First is the M4A1. Then we have the GRT-BC or the MSBS Grot B. Then we have the QBZ-192. Then we have the AK-205. Next is the M417A2 or the HK417A2. Then we have the SOR300SC or the SCAR-SC. Then we have the M277 or the XM7. And then we have the SG553R. All right, next up we have the PDWs or SMGs. And the first one's going to be the SGX, which is the MPX. Then we have the KV9, which is the Vector. Then we have the SCW10, which is the APC10. Then we have the PW5A3, which is the MP5. Then we have the UMG40, which is the UMP40. Then the PW7A2, which is the MP7A2. Then we have the USG90, which is the P90. And finally, we have the SL9, which is, I think, a fictional weapon, actually. All right, now we're moving on to the LMGs. The first one is the M250, or the XM250. And if you played the recent Modern Warfare games, that's the RAL LMG from those games. Then we have the L110, which is the M249. After that is the M123K, which is the MG4. Then we have the RPKM. Then we have the KTS-100 Mark 8, which is the Ultimax 100. Then we have the M240L. DRS-IAR, which is the M27 IAR. And then finally we have the M60. Moving on to the DMRs, we have the LMR-27, which is another fictional weapon. Then we have an M39 EMR. Then the SVK 8.6, which is the SVCH. Then we have the SVDM. Now we're moving on to the snipers. The first one is the M2010 ESR, which was in the beta. Then we have the PSR, which is the Barrett MRAD. Then we have the SV98. And then finally we have the Mini Scout, or the Mini Fix, I believe it's called. Next up we got shotguns. The first one is the 18.5 KSK. Then we have the M87A1, which is the 590A1. Then we have the M1014. Then the DB12, which is the DP12. And then finally we have the KSG12, which I don't have any stats for. All right, last but not least, we have all the secondaries, and the first one is the P18, or the SIG P320 M18. Then we have the M45A1. Then we have the ES 5.7, or the 5.7. Then we have the GGH22, or the Glock 22. Then we have the M44, or the Raging Hunter. And finally we have the M357 trait. And that is all the weapons coming to Battlefield 6 after launch or shortly after launch. If you guys enjoyed it, I'll be posting more Battlefield 6 content when it drops. Thanks guys for watching. Catch you later. Peace out.